Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty fascinating, a concept called sabrun jamil, beautiful patience. You might know about patience generally, but this is different. It's deeper. So, our mission really is to unpack what this beautiful patience actually means. It's definitely not just, waiting around. It's more about a state of being, how you face things. Why is it considered so important, so transformative? Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah, and what's really interesting here, I think, is how Sabrun Jamil gives us this powerful way to think about difficult times. He
Oh.
goes way beyond just gritting your teeth and enduring it. There's a real depth, a philosophy behind it that the source helps illuminate.
Absolutely. So let's start right there. Based on the source, what is Sabrun Jamil at its core? What does this beautiful patience actually involve?
Well, the source puts it quite directly. It's described as a beautiful kind of patience,
Mm.
and it comes about when a believer truly realizes deep down that whatever happens,
Mm.
it happens according to God's will, what he wants. It's fundamentally rooted in that acceptance.
Okay, acceptance. That's key, not just passive waiting. So what does that look like then? What does someone actually do, or maybe not do, when they're in this state of Sabrun Jamil, according to the source, I mean?
Right, it's definitely not passive. It's very much an active internal state. The source makes it clear that in this state, the person doesn't question it.
Hmm.
They don't get caught up in the why me or feeling hopeless about the situation. Instead, there's this firm belief, this trust, that Allah is handling the situation in a beautiful way.
Handling it in a beautiful way.
Exactly. And the real insight, I think, is that it's not about wishing the problem didn't exist. It's about changing your own internal state through that unwavering trust. The source says this right kind of patience leads to beautiful things.
Beautiful things. Like what, primarily? Inner peace.
Yes, inner peace mainly, and this profound resilience,
Yeah.
even if the outside situation is still tough.
That's a powerful shift. Moving from questioning everything to this deep trust. But the source mentions something even more foundational, right? It talks about the most important thing tied to this. Here's where it gets really interesting. What is that? Why is it so crucial?
Yes, absolutely. And this is, I think, where the concept becomes truly transformative. The source emphasizes that the ultimate anchor for Sabrun Jamil isn't just a general belief, it's more specific. It's when you have a promise or word of Allah.
Hmm.
And it specifically cites this promise or word as fa Sabrun Jamil.
Sabr Jamil.
Right, so it's not just any promise. It's like a direct divine statement,
Yeah.
almost a command, maybe, and a reassurance. It's built right into the idea itself. It's almost as if the divine is saying, okay, be beautifully patient, and that statement itself becomes the source of strength. It reinforces your ability to actually do it.
Wow, okay. Sabrun Jamil. So, what does all this mean for us then, listening to this? How does tying patience to divine will and this specific promise change how you look at challenges? It sounds like it could offer real solace, real strength, maybe more than just telling yourself to hang in there. But building that level of trust, that must be incredibly hard sometimes, surely.
It definitely is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really makes you think about how we approach adversity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, think about a time you felt totally overwhelmed, maybe helpless, just trying to endure it.
Mm.
Well, that can lead to burnout, maybe bitterness, feeling like a victim, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But trying to cultivate Sabr and Jamil, it suggests that in that same situation, even if nothing changes on the outside, your internal world could shift dramatically.
How so?
Well, you're not fighting reality anymore. You're trying to align with something deeper, find an inner peace. And that potentially allows you to act from a place of strength, maybe wisdom, instead of just despair.
So it's a different approach than just like gritting your teeth?
Very different. It encourages this profound trust, this surrender. It shifts the focus from, why is this happening to me, towards what can I learn, or how can I navigate this with trust? I'd encourage you, the listener, to maybe reflect on that. How might this perspective change your own approach when things feel completely out of your control?
Right. So, wrapping this up a bit, Sabrun Jamil seems to be this beautiful patience, deeply rooted in an act of trust. Trust that whatever happens is part of a larger, ultimately beautiful, divine plan. And it's powerfully reinforced by that specific phrase, that promise or word of Allah, fa Sabrun Jamil. It feels like we've kind of found a shortcut to understanding a really profound idea today.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Just reflect on the kind of strength and potential tranquility that could come from really cultivating that level of acceptance and trust, even when things seem completely inexplicable, completely overwhelming. What would it truly mean for you personally to not question the path, but to trust deeply in the beautiful handling of things. Something to think about.